With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And we are underway from Kansas City. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And the drive will start with a carry by LaDainian Tomlinson. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Fitzpatrick. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Fitzpatrick to throw for it on 4th down. Escape, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Decker. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. There. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 3rd and goal from the 2, and they're going with a jumbo set offensively. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Parsons. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Ted Hendricks. Well, they were so close to the goal line, Charles. 4th down, they figure out we'll go for it. But the decision to pass winds up being a bad one with that interception.
Well, I think you said it really well. They may have just figured we're this close, we may as well go for it. Or they had a plan right from the beginning coming into this game to be aggressive. In any event, it didn't work out for them.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. Tomlinson. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. Back near his goal line, Fitzpatrick. Dancing to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
Here's Ray Guy now, and no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Now Sanders. He juked him. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Parsons. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second and 11 at the 41. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And he's got Decker left side. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On play action. Rodgers. This is caught. It's Decker. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down. On play action, it's Rodgers. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Xavier McKinney able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
After the sack on 1st down, Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by a former Cowboy, Deion Sanders. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back 1 pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. To throw, Fitzpatrick. His throw complete right side to the tight end, Parham. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
Now Tomlinson on 1st and 10. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They go again to Tomlinson. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Third and short yardage, Fitzpatrick. Flush to his right. Man open, it's Moss complete. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. It's a give, running left, Tomlinson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Here's Fitzpatrick. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
The kick by Carlson is good, and we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. Well, they got the turnover and were able to drive it down, Charles, but ultimately in the end, the defense holds up, and they only come away with the 3 points.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of ground, but when they had to, they settled in and prevented the interception from leading to 6 points. Because you never want to see turnovers turn into any type of points against you, but better to give up 3 than 6.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively offensive. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Following the interception here, Fitzpatrick. He finds Tomlinson as running back. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Fitzpatrick on 1st down. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
Carlson able to put this one through, and that will do it for this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
This is caught. Touchdown. Jason Witten. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Extra point try good by Gano. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
On 2nd and 11 now. Fitzpatrick. And he'll just get rid of it.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Fitzpatrick. Open man for him. He's got him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. A give to LaDainian out the gun. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Fitzpatrick. This is for his running back, Tomlinson. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 44-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. On 2nd and 9, Fitzpatrick. That one's complete to Tomlinson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Fitzpatrick now. He'll let this go for the end zone. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. Now Fitzpatrick. He throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. Rodgers now on 1st down. And that is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the 1st half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the 1st target in the 2nd half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. They'll find him. Find him.
A 3rd quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Rodgers going to throw. Completes it to Jason Witten. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. On play action. Now Rodgers. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there. So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Tomlinson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Fitzpatrick. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result. The kick by Carlson is good, and they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over. It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing? And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish. Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a 1st down. They'll try the left side. It's Parsons, and this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle there by Sean Taylor. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. To throw is Rodgers. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. This entire defensive unit, Charles, they've really put in a good shift tonight, so to speak. I like how you phrased that. This has been a good shift. They punched the clock the entire evening. Ought to have shirts that have their names on them in the front to let them know these are blue-collar workers who are getting it done. He's got a man. It's the tight end, Casper. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 1st down, Parsons. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a give here to Pollard. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. And the 13-year man puts it through, and it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Now that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
We know they have these RPOs in their playbook, and look, we're seeing it here in the first quarter. You think we're going to see it as the game continues?
They trotted him out early for a reason, partner. They're letting them know that this is in the arsenal, and we rely on it. You better be prepared because this is going to be an all-day affair trying to stop them.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession. with Charles Davis. As always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And we are underway from Santa Clara. This is taken just shy of the 10. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. To the air right away is Brady. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Pollard going to try the right side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
How about this? They'll try the option, left side. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jason Witten. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Bengals drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
On the carry, here's Marshawn Lynch. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Brady going to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Dorrance Armstrong. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. On 3rd and long, it's Brady. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Dorrance Armstrong drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Brady. And he's brought down. Can't do it.
with Charles Davis. As always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. Well, how's that for an early storyline? Some people are asking the ushers where their seat is, and boom, we've got a score on the board, a fumble return on the opening kickoff.
And this is where all the tailgating groups are looking at each other saying, maybe we need to get to the stadium just a little bit earlier next time.
But man, those bratwursts, they're good, Charles, they're good. Pulls it in at the 13.
First play, first pass for Brady.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And we are underway from Santa Clara. A fairly short kick from the 14. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And now a carry here for their fullback. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. They'll try and run with their fullback. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Marvin Harrison. 57 yards. And the Bears put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now look at this. They got the 7-0 lead in the pocket, and they're going to try an onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Completes it to Carmichael out on the right side. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now it's Rodgers. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Harold Carmichael from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point try good by Gano. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. A fairly short kick from the 14. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
But that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Marvin Harrison. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Bears have moved out in front.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Now a play fake. Rodgers steps, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. On play action, it's Rodgers. That is caught by Carmichael. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stuff. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a 1st down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. So as they take it over, we step aside. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Now Rodgers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Tracy Porter with a pick. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle.
Good solid gain on 1st down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
From the 36, Hurts. He's going to air one out. And this is caught. And he is. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
A clash of two of the more fervent fan bases around. The Cowboys and the Raiders are underway. Taking it about the 1. And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
When you're on the road, the last thing you want to do is make a mistake that brings the crowd into it. Now you're not just battling your opponent, you're battling yourself as well.
First play and a first throw for Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. So the first catch for Jerry Rice, always fun to talk about. His career stats, Charles, they're so good. He leads in so many categories that we can't even get to them all.
Yeah, what do they say? He combines ridiculous statistical supremacy with crazy longevity. How about this?
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Dorrance Armstrong. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. They run it with a Hall of Famer, Eric Dickerson. And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They'll go right back to the ground with Dickerson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Rodgers' throw complete here to Waller. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So a bold call that this drive will forge on. 1st and 10 after the 4th down conversion. Now a give left side. It's Dickerson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further as they get him down well short of the line to gain. We're scoreless after one. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
1st and 10, it's Patterson. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Inside give to Dickerson. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
On the give, this is their fullback. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Rodgers now throwing on 4th down. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, partner, that was a heck of a play right there because there is no chance that he was the primary receiver on that play. Definitely checked it down to him and just said, please, help us out, make a play. And he does and delivers a first down.
Dickerson trying the right side. They find some open field here. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Going to give it up the middle. Here's Dickerson. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Dickerson on the handoff. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Rodgers now to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Dorrance Armstrong. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Cowboys! Officially an even 100 yards coast to coast on the kick return. And the Cowboys will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. So they gave up the field goal, but boom, they get it right back. Don't even worry about getting their offense on the field. They return it on the kickoff.
So I see your 3 points.
And raise you 6. Double it up, coming right back at them.
And if that's going to be the trade all game long, someone's going to be very happy with the end result.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Taken from about the 12. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to
He's got a man, complete. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. That's going to be caught by Moss. A big play there just before halftime. 46 yards. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Rodgers going to throw. That is caught by Rice for a Las Vegas touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis, operating gun, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Got a man. It's Harold Carmichael. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a give here to Pollard. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying under double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
First target, first catch, and a first down. They'll run left with Pollard. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown. Jason Witten from 21 yards away. And the Cowboys have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Gano the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Taken from about the 12. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
A big play that time on the catch and run. 36 yards. Rodgers now on first down. And a pass complete to Waller on the out route. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does. That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Waller taking it in over the middle. And the Raiders are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another. That's going to set up first and goal.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This Cowboy defense trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal. Rodgers with a keeper. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. And he's over the line, and
for a Raider touchdown. Eric Dickerson punching it in from a yard away. And the Raiders answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 17-14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to... He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 17-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On play action, Rodgers. And that is caught. It's Witten for the Cowboy touchdown. Jason Witten, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Cowboys have taken a fourth-quarter lead. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down. To throw is Rodgers. Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. Oh, he's got some... Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown! with Charles Davis. As always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
A clash of two of the more fervent fan bases around. The Cowboys and the Raiders are underway.
Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They'll run on first down. It's Parsons. And he's got this down to the 35. 10 more there and another first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On play action. Now Rodgers. That is caught by Carmichael. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That's good for 28 yards. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Pulls it in at the 13.
And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35.
They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. From midfield, here's Brady. Going for the deep ball. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. He's going to let it go again. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight at just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Brady going to go on 4th down. Got a man, it's Jerry Rice. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they pick up a big chunk of yards to boot. 18 of them. And they'll give to Lynch out of the gun. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a play fake. Brady. And his throw here is incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
To throw is Brady. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Rice. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. They'll go for it. It's Brady. He's got it complete to Crabtree. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Into the red zone, it's Brady. That'll be caught by Rice. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. They go up the middle with Lynch. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Toward the pylon, caught. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Lynch. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Brady. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. Pulls it in at the 13. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. They'll need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now it's the backup Prescott. And that is incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And he is going to have the Cowboys first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Parsons. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First down, the run with Lynch. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. From the 41, Brady. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game. And there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside. Probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
He sets to fire deep. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. It's a big play there for Vegas. 42 yards. And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
Forced out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Again, they'll throw with Brady. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And the Raiders are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. They'll run with Lynch. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Marshawn Lynch taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Raiders have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Parsons. And he'll be out right at the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Here's Rodgers. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line. Rodgers now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Parsons. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. And that is caught. It's Witten for the Cowboy touchdown. Jason Witten, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys have retaken a third quarter lead. They'll try and run it here. And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Pulls it in at the 13.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up and now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Trying to get the ball to his tight end in the center of the field where he runs a lot of his routes and ostensibly is extremely comfortable. He was hoping he'd find a seam and a big gainer to go along with it, but that one was incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Brady. He's going to try and go deep again. It's caught inside the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Jerry Rice, 70 yards. And the Raiders have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Pulls it in at the 13. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. First play of the drive, lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Throwing is Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers.
They're trying for Sanders, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Up the middle, it's Lynch. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Rodgers. Open man is the Hall of Famer, Dave Casper. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. 23 yards the pickup there. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Well, this has been all that we'd hoped for. Two of the game's all-time great QBs slugging it out in a one-score game here in the second half. 1st and 10. Oh, and a huge mistake late. It's intercepted. Picked by Ted Hendricks. And the Raiders have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
It's the team of the 80s versus the team of the 90s. The Niners, the Cowboys, they're underway. Pulls it in at the 13. And able to get this out to the 25. Play action. Here's Hurts. Rolling to his right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. They go play action with Hurts. They'll roll him out right. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got room. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey, 39 yards. And the 49ers put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. to start on the ground here on first down.
And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Rodgers to throw for it on fourth. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he is going to have the Cowboys first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Rodgers going to throw.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number one. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw.
On a slant, he's got Sanders.
And he's brought down. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to rip.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Cowboys are an extra point away from drawing level.
Gano the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he is going to have the 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A very solid gain of 27. Six yards there on the keeper at 2nd down.
A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get, so he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Dorrance Armstrong, his 2nd sack of the night.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive, then march to the end zone the last time out.
Hey, check that, street.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. It's caught at the 10. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
That's what you call stringing the play out. I know he was looking for a spot to get upfield, but they gave him nowhere to cut, nowhere to find a place to make it into the secondary, and they forced him out.
Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, a 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Niners will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Rodgers now on 1st down. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And Sanders has got it complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. That is caught by Carmichael. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. It's Witten for the Cowboy touchdown. Jason Witten in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Cowboys have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Pulls it in at the 13.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard from the 6. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground to about the 23. Ball at the 23, second and 8. Here's Pollard again. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Looking for his tight end, Witten, and it's intercepted. Rod Woodson with a pick. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Throwing on second down. Hurts. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Dorrance Armstrong. Make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
Ready.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Give him 5 on the QB run, but it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Sly able to put this one through.
And they take a 17-14 lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are. But what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Rodgers. He finds his man, complete. It's Parsons.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Open man, it's Jason Witten. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 16.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jason Witten, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter. Gano the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Pulls it in at the 13.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
This will be caught by Randy Moss. That'll give him 8 that time. And now it's 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Hurts sets up to throw it.
And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Drop 50, drop 50.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. On 1st down, Rodgers. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Rodgers. He finds his man complete. It's Parsons.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This will get the lead up to 7. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that'll make this a 7-point game.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Throw left side, McCaffrey's got it.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive.
He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted.
Picked up by the former 49er, Deion Sanders.
And the Cowboys have just about sewn up this football game.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Rodgers looking to throw. And on the left side, he's got Witten. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run left with Pollard. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late. And they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.